Excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.yolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi everybody, how are you all doing? Good, that's great. Okay, so are you all keeping yourselves hydrated, washing your hands regularly? Yes, staying indoors, not going out unless very necessary? That's good. Okay, so today is your science class and I hope you all have called your friends. Yes, good job everybody. So do you know what topic we are going to cover today? That's right. It is groundwater. How many of you all know how groundwater is collected and what all goes into it, like the details of it? Okay, quite a few, but let's go through it and let's understand the process in detail. Yes? Oh, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a video with you all and we are going to understand how groundwater is collected and what all goes into it. Yes? The entire process basically. Yes? And the terms. So let's do that. I'm going to share my screen and let me know if y'all can see it. Okay, can you all see it? Shall I start? Yes? Okay, good job. Let's start. So the earth, the surface of the earth is roughly made up of 70% of water. We're not talking about the entire earth. We're just talking about the surface of the earth. So the surface of the earth is made up of 70% of water. However, only 3% of this water is fresh water. How much? 3%. And much of this water is frozen in glaciers. You'll find some of this water even in rivers and lakes. But almost 30% of this water is groundwater. Did you all know that? No, right? So this is an interesting fact which you all should know. So almost 30% of this fresh water is groundwater. But you'll ask me, ma'am, what is groundwater? So groundwater is water that finds its ways between the gaps and the rocks of sediments underground. Okay, so the gaps of rocks and sediments underground, the water finds its way through it, and that's how groundwater is formed. As the water seeps into the ground, it may find its way into an aquifer, not aquifer, it's aquifer. Now you'll ask me, but ma'am, what are aquifers? Okay, so let's understand what aquifers are. Aquifers are large underground rock layers saturated with groundwater. Now, what do you mean by saturated? Saturated means it cannot take in any more water. It's completely full. Okay, so aquifers are large underground rock layers saturated with groundwater. Okay, an aquifer is not an underground river. Can you see this blue? It looks like a river, but it is not an underground river, but they are large porous layers of rocks. Okay, so just to make it more simple, they are layers of rock or soil that can take in and hold water. Okay, so aquifers are large layers of rock or soil that can take in and hold water, but they're saturated with water. That means they cannot hold water beyond a particular capacity. Clear, everybody? Yes? So you know what aquifers are now. Let's go ahead, shall we? Okay, let's do that. So let's take, for example, the Floridian aquifer. Do you all know about it? It's in the state of Florida. So the Floridian aquifer covers the entire state of Florida and is over 100,000 square miles. That's huge, isn't it? Yes. So, for example, the Floridian aquifer covers the entire state of Florida and is over 100,000 miles. Now, you think of an aquifer like a huge underground sponge. Okay, just to make things easier, consider it as a huge underground sponge that soaks up the water that falls on the surface of Earth. So when water is falling on the sponge, it can absorb only to a particular extent. After that, it won't be able to absorb, right? Because it is full of water. Similarly, aquifers absorb water and take in only that much water till it can consume. Like the capacity, once the capacity is full, it cannot hold any more water. Okay? Like take a glass, for example, to make it simpler. You can keep pouring water only till its brim. Once it's full, it's going to overflow, right? Similarly, aquifers work that way. Okay, now let's take another example. If you grab a shovel and started digging straight down, you may strike water. Okay, so now they also have layers. The first water you strike is called the water table. Can you see this? This arrow, this is your water table. Okay, now below the water table, the mark may be completely soaked. Can you see this mark? The dotted line? Yes, so that mark may be completely soaked, and that is what is called the saturated zone. Yes, what is it called? The saturated zone. So how does this water end up in? Okay, before we go to that, if we know saturated zone, what is the unsaturated zone then? Okay, the rocks and the minerals above the saturated zone may be dry, and therefore that's called the unsaturated zone. Clear? Saturated zone is where you have a lot of water and cannot take any more, and unsaturated zone is where your sand and the rocks may be dry, and that's why it's called the unsaturated zone. Okay, so now you'll ask me, but ma'am, how does this water end up in the ground? So when it rains, some of the water moves down into the ground. Okay, so when it's going to rain, some of the water moves down into the ground. Okay, if this water moves deep enough, it can stay there for a long time, like thousands of years. However, not all water stays underground. That's very important to remember. Okay, much of the surface water comes from the groundwater and the aquifers. In the ground tips below the water table, and the groundwater will flow to the surface and may create a body of surface called surface water, like the lake. Okay, now like I told you, like a glass, for example, it will just be filled till the brim. After that, it will start overflowing. Similarly, the groundwater and aquifers can hold water only to a particular extent. After that, it's going to overflow. So when this water overflows, what's going to happen? The water has to be somewhere, right? So they form artificial bodies, natural bodies, actually not artificial. They form bodies like lakes, rivers, springs. That's what they form. Okay, so groundwater also so basically they create bodies on the surface of the water like a lake. Okay, now groundwater can also flow out of water and create a stream. Let's look at a stream. Now this is called a spring. However, some groundwater is so deep that it's difficult to get to these bodies of groundwater, and this is called confined groundwater. Okay, humans depend on groundwater for drinking water and for cropping, basically growing crops. So for drinking water and for growing crops. Now this groundwater can be reached by digging a well. Okay, and it's not necessarily one well. There are thousands and thousands of wells throughout the world that provide drinking water and water for crops. So that's huge. Now initially we did not have taps. So what did ancient people do? They used to dig well and they used to remove all the water, be it for bathing, be it for drinking, be it for crops. Now we have the irrigation system like the spring irrigation, and all the other sprinkle irrigation and all the other high equipment things. But initially, we did not have that. So the ancient man was completely dependent on these wells. Yes, so you need to dig that deep that your well is so deep that it touches the groundwater. Clear, everybody? Okay, good job. So I think we've learned quite a lot today, and I think it's time for a quiz. So what we are going to do is I'll be posting a link in the chat section and in the comment section on YouTube. You can go ahead and give the quiz. I'll just give you 2 minutes and then we go ahead. I have something fun for you all today. Yes, let's go. Okay, let's see. I want all of you all to um, score well because this was an easy topic and not that difficult. It's not rocket science. I think most of you all might know about this. So let's do it quickly. Understanding is more important than scoring, but I still want to see who's going to ace it. Yes? Okay. And there's one very important thing that you all should remember. Why does the water flow into the ground and not up? That's because of gravity. Apple falls down. Does it start flying up? No. Why? That's because of the force of gravity. Similarly, water comes down because of force of gravity. Clear? I think that I think we've covered pretty much all of it. So now it's only that you need to apply your brains and crack the quiz. And I'm pretty sure you're going to do it well. Yes? Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Okay, how many of y'all are done? Just give me a thumbs up so that I know. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, I'll just give the ones who are remaining. I'll just give you a few seconds more and then we go ahead and solve the quiz together. Okay. Okay, are we done? Shall we go ahead? Yes, I'll just share my screen. Just give me 1 second. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, shall we start? Let's go. So the first question is, the main source of groundwater is glaciers, lakes, or rain. Glaciers are a very big source of groundwater, but the major lakes are when the water overflows from the aquifers, they form lakes. But the major source of groundwater is rain. Clear, everybody? Good job. Next question. Which of these can be used to explain the functioning of aquifer? Plate, tub, sponge. Okay, so we did that. Can plate be explained? Can plate be used? No. Tub? No. They can be used. It's not that they cannot be used. Overflowing? Yes. But when we talk about aquifers, they absorb and hold in it. So the most appropriate one would be a sponge or a sponge. Next one. Where is the saturation zone? At the water table, above the water table, or below the water table? What do you think? What is it? Yes, the saturation zone is below the water table. Correct. Above the water table is the unsaturated zone. At the water table is just the line which is differentiating it and telling this is the level of water. So it is below the water table. Very good. Next, the water inside the ground can travel only downwards, only upwards, only sidewards. So water is in liquid form, correct? So it is, since it's in liquid form, it's not solid, it can flow in any direction, correct? It's not confined only to one direction. So your answer is in all directions. Good job, everybody. Next one. Which of these is present underground? Oil, soil, water, all of the above. Water is definitely present because we're doing groundwater. Soil, yes, because the water seeps in through the soil. And for oil, you need to do digging inside the ground. So everything is present underwater. Underground, not underwater, underground. So the answer is all of the above. Is everyone clear with this? Yes? Good job, everybody. So we are done with this quiz. Now I have something interesting. Why don't we create our very own water filter? Yes, so you all may be having the, not equipments basically, but the material that we need for today's class. In case if you don't have, I am just sharing it with you all. So you all can quickly go and grab it. Yes, let's quickly start. And this time we are going to do it along, we are going to do it along with me. So we won't watch the entire video, but we are going to make it because I want you all to see it for yourselves how this is made in one shot itself. So let's go to the material list. We need sand, we need plastic bottle, we need small stones, clay, grounded stones, cotton, dirty water, and normal soil. Do all of y'all have these things? Yes, are you all ready with your material? Good job, everybody. That's very good. So let's do one thing. Let's go and start. So I'm just going to show you all a glimpse of how this works and then we'll make it together. Yes. So we need a plastic bottle which we'll cut into half. The upper half will be inverted into the bottom part and we are going to make this. Let's see how this works. So we are going to put layers of all the things that we've collected and pour dirty water through it. Can you see? Now what's going to happen is the water will start seeping in and we will create our very own water filter. And can you see how clean the water is? This is what we are going to do today. This is exactly what we are going to do. So let's start. We need, let's go through it again. It's okay if you don't have all these things, a few are also okay. Substitutes are also there. Let me tell you all. Okay, so you need a bottle which is supposed to be cut into half. We need dirty water. We need pebbles, stones, gravels, clay, charcoal, cotton, sand, any of these. Okay, even if you have a few of them, it's perfectly okay. Even if you have 3 or 4 of them, okay, you don't need all of them. Okay, let's get started. Yes, and we will learn what each of these layers do. Okay, so the first thing is you will need a bottle which you need to cut, and the upper half needs to be inverted upside down. Now inside that upside down bottle you need to put a lot of cotton. Okay, so put a lot of cotton inside, place the cotton properly and then keep it inside the bottom half. Let's do that together. If you all haven't cut the bottle, cut the bottle. Okay, the upper part should be a little taller. When you cut it, that should be a little more bigger than the bottom part because you need to put a lot of layers in it. So you put the cotton inside a thick layer of cotton and then you invert it. Is everyone done with me? Good job. That's so fast, Jala. Very good. Now the next step is we are going to put a lot of sand inside. Let's put it together. Yes, and hold it so that it does not fall down. Like a thick layer of sand. Yes, keep pouring till you can see like a very thick layer of sand. Yes, is everyone done? It should be distinctly visible. Done, everybody? With me? Good job. The next thing that we are going to put is we are going to put charcoal. Now, if you don't have charcoal, you can use clay over here. There is no problem at all. Okay. If you don't have clay also, no problem. Leave this layer. But I'll tell you what charcoal does. Charcoal removes the impurities from the water. So if you have charcoal, please put it. You'll understand it better. If you all don't have charcoal, you all can put clay. If you all don't have clay, no problem. Let's leave this layer. Okay. So put sufficient amount of charcoal inside. Yes. Are you all done? Are you all with me? So we've put cotton so far, sand and charcoal or clay. With me? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's put the next layer in now. The next layer is nothing but gravels and pebbles. Okay, so we are going to put like a thick layer of gravels and pebbles. Both of them can be different shapes, can be different size, can be bigger than this, can be smaller than this. So we are going to put both pebbles and gravels. They have different colors we are putting. So you all can use the pebbles and the gravels that you'll have at home also. No problem. Yes, and now we are going to put the huge stones. Okay, the huge pebbles. Is everyone with me? Have you all completed this much? Yes, so we put cotton, we put sand, we put charcoal, pebbles, gravels, and a little bigger stones. Everyone's with me? If you all have used some substitutes, no problem at all. If you all have different types of stones, no problem. Please use whatever you all have. Okay? Now, let's do one thing. Now, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to make a dirty water. Now, make sure when you are making your dirty water, it is not colored water. Do not mix paint in it, because if you mix paint in it, it's not dirty water, it's colored water. So even after the filtration, it will be same. There will be no change at all. It will be the same. Now, when we say dirty water, it should be mixed in mud or soil or something of that sort, not color. If you use colored water, the water will come down as it is, same, without any change. Okay, so maybe you all can make a nice muddy water, but it should not be slushy, it should be liquid so that it can filter and come out. Okay, so let's do that. I hope you all have your dirty water ready. What we are going to do is we are going to pour the water from the top. Let's see. Start pouring. Can you see? In the first layer itself, the sand is getting, the soil is getting separated. And once it passes through all the layers and comes down, the water is going to be absolutely clean. Now, the first layer, the sand, will filter out all the impurities. Okay, the sand will filter out all the fine impurities. Charcoal removes the contaminants and impurities by absorbing it. Remember, I told charcoal plays an important role. If you don't have charcoal, no problem. Yes, and the soil, the pebbles and the gravels element the separate the bigger elements from the water, and then you get your clear water. Yes, everybody got it. Good job. Yes, I can see most of you all doing it, and you all have got clean water. Do not use colored water. You'll get the same water. Yes, I told you all at the start. No colored water. Yes, only muddy water. Yes, good job, everybody. So, did you enjoy this experiment? Yes. Guess what time it is? Quiz time. Okay, so what we are going to do is we'll be posting the link in the chat section and in the comment section on YouTube. You need to go click on the link and get started. Yes, I'll give you 2 minutes and then we go ahead. Let's do that. It's pretty easy, so you all don't have to worry much about it, but just apply whatever we've learned and you'll get the answer correct. Yes. Also, if your water is not coming out, it wasn't very clean, that may be because you all have used lesser layers. So the lesser the layers, the lesser the pure the water. The more the layers, the clear and purer the water. Yes. So this was one thing that I forgot to tell you all, but yes, might be useful. So are you all done with your quiz? Yes, everyone's done. Good job. So, okay, a few of them are left. Okay, so I'll just give a few seconds more and then we move on and do the quiz together. Okay, is everyone done? Yes, good job. Okay, so I'm just going to take you all through the quiz now. Everyone, come back to your screens. Let's start. Okay, the above experiment demonstrate water is fluid. That's not what we wanted to demonstrate. Filtration of groundwater or water flows rules of gravity. Now, yes, it does flow through the rules of gravity, but what we made was a water filter, right? So what we wanted to demonstrate was filtration of groundwater. Very good. If you all got this right, good job. At least you'll know what experiment you all are performing. Okay, in the above experiment, filtration occurs via physical separation, thermal separation, or chemical separation. Did we add any chemical component in it? No. Did we create any kind of a heat in it? Thermal separation? No. Physical separation is the answer. Why? Because we used multiple layers and it separated the particles and the water. So there was physical separation that was taking place. Good job if you applied and answered the question. Very good. What is the cause of downward movement of water? Is it centrifugal force? Did we have any round force? No. Is it friction? Was there any friction in it? No. Gravity? Yes. Water flows down because of the rule of gravity. So your answer is gravity. Good job. Next question. If the red color is added to dirty water, what will be the effect of filtered water? It will be now you're adding color to it. Remember what I told you, when you add color to it, the water will come as it is. So it will remain same as before. It will be of red color. It will be light red in color. It will remain same as before. Okay, because you're adding color. So nothing will be separated. Okay, we have one more question to go. In which one of the following settings filtration will occur fast? 10 layers, 14 layers, 2 layers. Now, if you have 14 layers, you'll get the purest form of water, okay? Because the water will be filtered through those many layers, but it will be very slow. Now, if you have 2 layers, the water may not be that clean, but it will take place fast. The filtration will take place fast. So we need fast filtration. So it is 2 layers. Clear, everybody? Good job, everybody. So yes, we are done with our quizzes. Now tell me, do you all want to perform one more activity? And it's going to be a fun activity, so you all don't have to worry about it. Yes? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen with you all. So you'll need an A4 size sheet and pen, pencil, sketch pen, color pencils, erasers, whatever you all have. So if you're ready with it, good job. Write your name, today's date, grade, and the name of your school, and today's experiment. That is water filter. That's what we've made today. So let's quickly do that, and then we go ahead and we draw this. Yes? Good job, everybody. Okay, is everyone done with the details? Good job. Now what you need to do is draw a rectangle, and inside that you need to draw a beaker or inverted normal half plastic bottle would also do, I don't mind. Inverted plastic bottle with cotton, sand, pebbles, fine sand, coarse sand, anything that you'll want, charcoal, clay. Remember the order that we had put it in, it's not necessary for you all to put it in the same order. Okay, it's not at all necessary for you all to put it in the same order. It's only the order that we use. The water will get purified in any order, so you all can put it in any order, no worries at all. Okay, so that's why we showed you in a different format and the drawing is in different format, so that you all know you all can place it in any form but in any order, but the water will still get pure, okay, filtered through it, and you'll receive clean water at the bottom. Clear, everybody? Okay. Oh, someone has already completed drawing. Good job. Good job. Very good. Good job, Anika. Okay. So I just want you all to finish it and show it to me. And let me tell you all one thing. If you all want the certificate, you'll have to attend all 4 classes and you'll have to submit your drawings. Only once I receive the entries will you'll get the certificate. So make sure you'll submit your entries. And why not? Because top 10 entries are going to get featured on our site. So I'm pretty sure you all want to be one of them, right? So don't forget to submit your entries. I'm going to personally go through all of them. Yes? Okay, so have you all completed drawing? Okay, I'll just give a few seconds more. And don't worry if you all don't complete it. You'll have 2 days window for submission. So make sure you'll submit it within these 2 days, because I'm going to go through them after 2 days. So I'm going to make sure you'll submit a neat drawing with your smiling face, because I want to know who's the artist behind this drawing, right? Good job, everybody. Okay, so are we done with the drawing? You can continue and complete it and then send across your entries. No worries. So tell me, did you all enjoy today's session? Yes? Good job, guys. Will I be seeing you all in the next class? Yes? I hope to see you all in the next class. Don't forget to get your friends and don't forget to submit your entries. Yes? I'm looking forward to seeing all your entries. Yes? So I'll see you in the next class. Bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.yolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Sathvi Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session, and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that, and then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.